It's been said we are who we are when we were at a certain place in our lives. When you look at your life and look at who you've become, going back to your background, tell me the things that you've experienced that caused you to be the person that you are right now.
Wow. There's been a lot. It started, probably the most significant event was May 10th, 1982, where I went from being a middle class, 7th grade, 13-year-old kid, living a normal life, riding bikes and skateboards and having friends, to suddenly having a transition in my life. It was an adventure, and it basically went from living in a 4-bedroom house with my mom and 14 cats and 2 dogs to living in a station wagon with 14 cats and 2 dogs. My mother was spending the money that she should have been paying for rent on trying to save a cat, and subsequently we wound up living in the car because there was no place left to go, and she wouldn't get rid of her animals. That was one. Another specific event was later on in life when we were living in a motel. I had an opportunity to get out of that life and to get away from the drugs and the violence and the stealing and the desperation, to go get an apartment with a friend of mine. And I came back to my mom and I said, hey, I'm 17 years old. I got an opportunity to do something with my life. And she made me feel bad. She told me that she wouldn't love me. She told me I was deserting her, when all those years I'd been trying to help her. And I had to make a really tough decision to leave that motel. But I never left her. I always went back to her. I always provided her money. I always took care of her right up until the time she passed away. Another significant point in my life was when somebody believed in me and said, Chris, you have an amazing story. You have amazing energy. You should go back to school. And so subsequently I went back to school and I got my master's degree. And that was the most incredible event in my life. And my mother almost didn't even come to my graduation. I had to beg her to come to my graduation. The last major event in my life was when I purchased my first house. And I can't even begin to tell you the amazing feeling, because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could afford it. And when that lady handed me the keys to my house and I sat out in front of the house and I went, wow, it's mine. I'm not going to be homeless ever again as long as I work my ass off. As long as I keep money coming in, this is mine. And still to this day, it's mine. I actually rent it out now because I own 2 houses.